Guys, and I am with
Tuna,
and I'm having a chat with Tuna. So basically there's kind of a few little things that I want to go through. I've written some notes down and shit, which I'm not going to sit here and read like a mundane person. I'll just chat with Tuna. But there was one thing that kind of basically I came across it when looking on my YouTube, and somebody said the mental health services in this country would be able to provide better care if it did not have to waste money on drug-taking alcoholics with a personality disorder who blame their childhood for everything. And it's not the first sort of hateful or abusive comment that or slandering comment that I've received, you know. I run a Tumblr blog and I've got quite a lot of followers, and, you know, I chat to people. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of getting a bit sick of people that are jumping the gun and just really narrow-minded and arrogant and just really quick to judge and discriminate, you know, without even knowing any knowledge about me in general, really, or anyone in general. You get a lot of these internet trolls that just go around and just slate other people at their worst, you know. It's just a piss take.
It's preying on people that just generally are trying to express.
Yeah, exactly. Just expressing their pain, and just, you know, at the end of the day, it's, what I think I'm doing is good. You know, at the same time, I'm helping myself by getting my expression and my I don't know, my stuff out there, and at the same time I'm helping people too, because I'm going through this ongoing cycle and battle every day, you know. So, and I think people should take a step back for a second and contemplate, you know, why is this person taking drugs and stuff, you know. And I think just because somebody takes drugs, you know, it doesn't mean that that's the root cause of their problems at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, because you're missing the reasons of what led them to actually take the drugs. You do get people that take drugs just because they want to. Other times you get people that take drugs because really they have to escape reality.
And a lot of the time I think people take drugs just to mask their feelings, you know, and to block and numb out past trauma and hurt, basically. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're ultimately doing with narcotics, is numbing out the pain, just dumbing it out, you know, so you don't have to feel, but you're not escaping it. The only way you can move forward is by tackling it head on, but, you know. The
only thing you really do is create yourself a false reality.
Yeah.
Where your reality, due to
but at the same time, it's like,
too bad to do.
I feel if I wasn't taking some of the stuff that I was taking, that I'm taking, I wouldn't be able to live. I'd just go mad, because I have such episodes where, you know, I lose control. I totally just lose control. I don't know where the fuck my head's at. I get really...
The switch goes.
Yeah, there's no coming back from it. You know, people have witnessed some of my episodes and been quite traumatised by it, you know, but I'm quite deeply traumatised myself, to be honest. And
that's the whole point of, like, people that jump the gun when you try and express these things.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really well, it's not that they don't understand, it's that they're missing the point that, yeah, they might not agree with what you're putting, or they might not like what you're putting, but they need to respect the fact that you're expressing that in the way that you feel that might help you.
And just because I take drugs, you know, doesn't mean just an invalid hassle to society.
It doesn't mean that,
you know, more often than not,
that's the reason you're the way you are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing to do with that.
Because a lot of successful idols and artists have had long stretch backgrounds with narcotics, you know, and more often than not, people with high IQs and philosophical brains are labelled mad, effectively, you know, and given just a concoction of drugs to take and get sent on their way, you know, eat these, get fat, and you know, walk around like a zombie, basically, and then you're no longer a threat or a concern to us, you know, because they like to manage and control the masses, and they do this by giving out, you know, mainstream pharmaceutical drugs such as, you know, Prozac, the most common antidepressant there is, olanzapine, a common antipsychotic that makes you balloon up in weight, you know, and then effectively leads to other health problems. Yeah,
heart conditions, things like
that.
You know, but they can't actually. Well, it's meant to be proven that all these drugs, antidepressants, antipsychotics for schizophrenia and stuff like that, they don't know what part of the brain actually causes schizophrenia. So these medicines are just designed to carpet bomb your whole brain. Yeah. Which can obviously lead to numbing other effects like your emotions, your actual soul, eventually. Yeah. And you are just a ghost.
Basically, you lose your personality, you lose your looks, and you lose your brain, basically, and at what price? You know, people say, "Oh, take these drugs," but at the end of the day,
does it really help?
No. It masks you. It masks who you truly are. And I think people with legitimate mental health problems are usually the ones that are the most sort of empathetic and compassionate to others, and make the best therapists, tutors, you know, and life guides and counsellors and whatever, because we've experienced the bitter, icy cold, you know, stab in the chest of everyday life. You know, we've experienced the stares, the whispers in the queues, you know, the points and the laughter, oh, she's mad, and the lack of fucking understanding and empathy from others, and it just, it aggravates me. And, you know, not everyone that takes drugs is mentally ill, and not everyone that's mentally ill takes drugs. So you can't label everyone with the same brush at all, because each and every one of us, I believe, has a story to tell, and everyone's got something to teach, because after all, that's, you know, that's what we're put on this life and earth for. And I just think, don't hate, appreciate, and at the end of the day, if people want to be outspoken, then let them be, because they're only teaching others at the end of the day with their experience. Don't jump on someone because you don't know how that person's emotionally feeling at that time, you know. They could be going through such despair, you know, sat at a train tracks, and that one fucking comment could just, what's the point? So I think the purpose of this video is just to say, watch how you speak to people, and, you know, be more considerate, because words are powerful, and words are hurtful, and at times they can be a killer. Yeah. Basically.
Do more damage than a gun, weapon, or anything.
Yeah.
Completely destroy a person with words.
And I just think to Lee Moon, whoever you are, I feel sorry for you, because you're clearly unhappy too, mate, and it's not a nice illness, it's not a nice fucking suffering to wake up every day and want to die, idolise fucking suicidal death, and to have this ongoing, pounding, ripping feeling in your chest that just doesn't go away, just will not go away, and hurts.
Equally, people reading like the things that you express could, like, you know, they can actually, some people might find that they relate to that, and like you said, you know, you can help them in more ways than you ever think. Like,
because a lot of these mental health workers and stuff, they don't help, you know. And I'm on a lot of forums, and I'm on Tumblr and stuff, and people come to me for advice, and I give them my advice, you know, because I've been through it, and I'm only giving the advice that I've learned throughout my life to cope with my situation. I'm not going to say it's going to work for everyone, because everybody's different, but I'm giving advice to people who need it at a desperate moment in time. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong with expressing myself.
Helping people not feel alone.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to feel like they're the only one in the world feeling that emotion. That there is people out there that do feel like that, and they do understand.
I guess so.
And that's why they make the best counsellors and things like that. they can be the best workers because they've got the experiences to learn. They can relate to the person.
It's just hard when you're stuck in a depression, you know, and people say, "Oh, get over it, get out of it." You know, if it was that fucking easy, I'd be doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
If it was that easy, I probably wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
I'd be running through a hill of daisies with a big sunshine and a picket fence, singing songs of merry joy.
Yeah.
But normally these people that say that kind of stuff, I'll just get over it, it's because they've never actually felt like that themselves.
Yeah.
And when they do, they realise, oh, actually, maybe it's not as easy as I was thinking it was.
But then again, I don't think everyone will experience such intense emotions at such a level, because
I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but
you know,
some
it's
people won't.
no.
You're right in where he was going with it. Some people won't ever feel like it.
Everyone's got different walks of life, you know.
The thing is, some people
some people are dealt shit cards in life, and some people are born with a silver spoon. But you know, it's not hate and judge against two classes of people. It's unite. At the end of the day, we need to unite as people, because we're going into World War III soon, and that's a whole nother conversation. But us as people, we need to sort it out, because we're fucked as a society, and human behaviour in general now is just fucked.
To be honest, one thing I want to say quick is that the people that are spoon-fed, I wouldn't say they're better off than me, or people that have had harsh lives. They're actually worse off, because they don't know what the real world's like. So they could live 30 or 40 years never knowing how nasty the world could be, and then suddenly it stings them and it tears them apart, because they've never had the chance to experience it early to actually build up a defence against it.
They've been bubbled and cocooned all their life.
These people live in a false world.
Yeah, they do.
They don't know what the world's really like, so they're not better off than me. They're actually worse off, because they're being denied what the world really can be, and they could be the ones that actually could fix it.
And I think through pain and suffering comes happiness and joy and peace and unity and giving and serving to others, you know, because you can give back what you've taken from the world, I guess, and give back and help in any way you can, and that's all I want to do.
Equally, some people who might not be as open-minded can go the other way with it. They can have a really harsh life, but they should have, the lessons that they should have learned and experienced from it, and instead of actually wanting to give back good to the world, they end up giving back more hate, more bad things, which is like, I can't understand it. But I'm thinking of a particular person who came into my life many years ago when I was 15, but couldn't understand it. You think the person who's gone through all that stuff, I really should hate him, but I actually forgive him now, thinking about it, because he probably had a really harsh time. But what I don't understand is, why did he carry it on? He could have ended that suffering then and there, but he didn't. He chose to carry it on, when really he could have done good with the things he experienced. He could have helped a lot of people. He chose to go the other way, and it's weird. It depends on, I think it's down to the people, you know. If you're open-minded and generally have a good heart, it doesn't matter how much the world grinds you into dust, and eventually it will grind us all into dust. But it's the fact that you keep trying to help, trying to make people smile.
Yeah.
It'll never beat you. It's easier said than done.
The saddest people in the world put on the prettiest smiles. Remember that. It's just a mask at the end of the day.
Pretty much.
Chat with Tuna.